Happy Tuesday, everybody. I have just now realised that I do not have my headphones plugged in, so give me 1 second here. Joys of live broadcasting. Here we go. Anyway, my name is Michelle Maguire, for those of you who don't know me, and this is Tuesday, which means it must be another episode of Bossy Girl TV. Bossy Girl TV is brought to you by Bossy Girl Media. We help fabulous women entrepreneurs show up, stand out and shine online so they can make their businesses worldwide successes. So anyway, welcome to today's episode. We're talking about how to grow your audience the easy way. Because obviously, if we're wanting an online business and we're trying to grow our online business, we need to be expanding our audience. It's super duper important. Just move that a little bit so the light's better. There we go. So how do we do that? So I've been talking to a few people during the week, and what's been coming up a lot is that there's lots of lovely ladies I know that are really amazing at what they do, and they've been working with a lot of one-on-one clients in person, perhaps in their local area, maybe a little further afield, like they might be here on the Sunshine Coast where I happen to be coming in from, and they may be working in Brisbane, potentially a few a bit further afield, but they're physically driving to see them, or their clients are coming to see and they're consulting with them one-on-one and helping them with coaching and that type of thing. So they have been asking me, what's the next step for me? I'm ready to expand my audience. I want to work with people in other countries. I feel like I have more people I can serve, and I want to help a lot more people. So how do I do that? So my answer always involves video. As you know, I'm a big fan of video because it's the quickest way to grow your audience. So for those of you that are in my fabulous Bossy Girls Social Club group, you'll know what a big fan I am of video and how powerful it is, because some of you will have just completed the 5-day Facebook Live challenge. And we all saw from that how much more confidence it gives you and how much more clear you become in your voice and what you're trying to say to people. So today I just wanted to come and talk to you about the top 5 types of live video that you should be looking to produce and broadcast from your Facebook page. So number 1 is called the expert. That's my favoured style currently, but there are many others. But what I'll talk to you about the expert is that's where you come and do essentially what I'm doing. You come in regularly. Number 1 for any of these is consistency, of course. So announce when you're going to do something, decide you're going to do it regularly, and make sure you show up and do that. That's what makes you dependable and people know they can trust you. So whenever you've decided, that is, if it's weekly, you show up at that time and you do this. You deliver tips based around your business type and your area of expertise. So with live video, of course, it's not scripted, but you just have a little plan of what you're going to say, but it's very off the cuff. It makes you more approachable, more real, like you're an actual person, not some sort of polished robot. So the expert style of video is a great one for becoming known for someone who actually does understand what they're talking about. People will start to get an idea of how you can serve them, what your area of expertise is, and what you can actually bring to the table if they choose to work with you. So it's a great style of video to be putting out there because it does it builds your credibility with your potential audience. So that's obviously very valuable. So that's number 1 style of video. Number 2 is the interview style, which a few of my lovely group have actually started doing. I'll give a shout out to Helga from Advancing Health Naturally. She does a weekly interview style live video, which is fantastic because then you can bring in other experts that are complementary to what you're doing, which help your audience and offer more information about parts, sub niches, if you like, of your area of expertise that you don't necessarily know about, because we can't all be expert at everything. So it gives you the opportunity to bring in other people who can add to what you're doing and help your audience, move along in their business goals, or it could be life goals, depending on who your clients are. So that's a great one. And, I've never seen anyone say no. It's really easy to get people to come and be interviewed by you. You don't physically have to be in the same place, even on a live. You can actually hook it up so that you're one location, they're at another. That's very doable. So you can do that. It can be short, it can be longer. You know, you can do a little 10-minute segment with somebody who will be of interest to your audience and keep finding new people that way. And you'll find that, especially with interviewing, one opportunity usually leads to another one. So that's another really good one that I think your audience will love, and it will certainly grow your audience because then you start to pull in their audience as well. So you get double the exposure. So you're exposing your message to the interviewee's audience and to your own and vice versa. So it's a win-win for both of you. So that's a great style of video to be looking at doing. Number 3 is the Q&A style, which is another really fun one and suits just about any business, but particularly if you have a service-based business, if you're in some sort of coaching or a service-based business. Hi, Robin. Did you have trouble finding me? I don't know how. Yes, well, hopefully not too many people will have trouble finding me. We'll see. If you're watching the replay, that's a good segue. If you're watching the replay, welcome. Glad you dropped in. If you have any questions, leave them below. I will come back and answer them as best I can later on. Okay, what was I saying? Right, Q&A style, number 3. So that's a good one, particularly suited to lives if you get lots of people on the broadcast with you because they can ask you questions as you go. But if you have an active page or group on Facebook, obviously you can get questions sent to you ahead of time too. So then you're really tailoring it to your audience, to what they really want to know about. You've turned on notifications now, Robin. Awesome. Thank you again, Robin, for giving me lots of tips. If you want to see these all the time and you want to know when I'm going to be on live, you can actually turn on notifications that say, please tell me when Bossy Girl Media is going on live, and you'll get a little notification on Facebook that says, hey, Michelle's online now. So pop in and turn on your notifications. That would be awesome because I would love to see you all here. So back to Q&A. So yes, it's a great style. It's a little bit similar to interview, or it can be rather, but what you can do is make it questions from your audience that, you know, you're just answering, or you could bring in a interviewee expert to answer some questions too. So you could turn it into either an interview Q&A session, or it's just you answering questions from your audience, which is great because it gives you more of a personal connection. They know they're being listened to because you're taking the time to read what they're sending you and actually, you know, do the research and then come back to them. So it creates a lot of trust, a lot of connection, and it's a really good style to use. Now, one of my favourites, because I know lots and lots of beautiful creative women, is number 4, which is the behind the scenes videos. I always talk about this with people who are artists or musicians or anything creative is fantastic for this. Look, it suits a lot of different businesses too, but imagine you're an artist and people love to know how artists work if they're not creative. There's many, many people who have not a creative bone in their body, and they love watching what creative people do and how they work, and they find it absolutely fascinating. So behind the scenes for you guys, super simple. You do set up your camera. If you're using your phone, you set it up on a little tripod and you just start doing what you do. You paint, and you can either talk as you go or not. It doesn't really matter. And it gives people a fantastic insight into just a little bit of how you work and a little bit of where the magic happens. And you can choose, obviously, any point in your process to televise, to broadcast. And so it can be, if you're painting, it can be at a really tricky point in the painting where you've had this great idea about what you want to do and you just want to show other people what that is. So it's up to you. You can plot where in the process is the most interesting, and you can do a lovely behind the scenes video for that. But many, many businesses would benefit from behind the scenes. Another great one actually is anyone in the beauty industry, of course, or health and wellness. If you can do product demonstrations, if you sell essential oils, if you sell beautiful skincare, get into the product demonstration videos behind the scenes. People love to see how you use something, how it works, what's involved. So that's a fantastic idea for you guys. Now, number 5 is one of my favourites. This is good if you're a little bit further along in your business journey and you've had a lot of people that you've worked with and they've had some successes, and it's the case study. This obviously builds a lot of credibility with potential clients because you're talking to actual clients about how it's worked for them. And actually there's 2 ways to do this. You can do it interview style with one of your clients, or you can actually just present the case study of this is where they started, this is what we did, this is how it finished. And so all you would need obviously is permission from your clients to, share some of that information of how working with you helped their business grow. So that's another great one. It's a little bit like a testimonial video. So again, this case study one is fantastic for people in the health industry, the beauty industry, any of the service industries. So it's widely applicable to a lot of different styles of business. So those are the top 5 video styles that I really think you should be looking at getting into and posting on a regular basis. And as the title says, this is the easy way to grow your audience. Video is not going anywhere. We all have to learn how to love it. And if you can just find your groove with one of those styles and it can become your signature style of video, you don't have to keep reinventing the wheel. So you don't every week have to go, oh my goodness, what am I going to do today? What am I going to talk about? If you've fallen into your groove where you're doing product demonstrations or interviews or whatever style of video that you end up liking and it becomes your thing, you will find your groove. You will end up loving it. You will look for reasons to do this, and it can become more than a weekly thing. Some people do exceptionally well posting videos every single day. So how often you end up doing this is completely up to you, and you'll see what works for your audience, but you will definitely start growing your audience faster. Facebook, we know, loves video. Instagram loves video. Every platform loves video, and they favour it heavily now, so they will show it to more people. You will start to grow your audience without spending money on advertising. It will grow organically because it will be shown to more people, and you don't need to worry about how many people are on live with you. For instance, I think I only have Robin here today, and I'm so glad you're here, Robin. But many, many more people will watch this on replay, and that's perfectly fine. So, all you have to do is say something like, if you're watching this on replay, so happy you joined me, leave me your questions, I'll pop back and answer them. Just acknowledge that there are people who are going to watch it on replay, which will be most of your audience, and it will go on and on and on. It's not valuable to you only when you post the video, it's valuable for weeks afterwards. It will keep popping up, and every time someone likes it or comments on it, it gets more exposure on their news feed, and their friends go, oh, I wonder what that was about, and they pop over and have a look. And so you get this lovely organic reach from video that you just can't replicate with anything else without spending money. So that's my tips for the week, the top 5 types of video you want to be looking at incorporating into your online presence. I hope you have enjoyed them. If you want fantastic support and accountability and amazing growth by contributing to a group that is so like-minded and so supportive and wonderful, make sure you pop over to the Bossy Girls Social Club private Facebook group and ask to join. We will welcome you to the brood. Sorry guys, if you're watching, it is girls only, but it's an amazing group of ladies, and do yourself a favour, pop over there and join up. You will be very happy that you did. I hope to see you over there. You can find us on all the social media platforms under Bossy Girl Media, and we will see you next Tuesday for more tips on Bossy Girl TV. Have a fantastic week, everybody, and thank you so much for being here.